Hello everyone, here I will talk about the basics of Matlab. So it will be just a small introduction. So first I will talk about the Matlab essentially is a matrix lab. So this one is very important if you want to learn Matlab. So you have to have a little bit of understanding of matrix and then how the matrix works, matrix multiplication, etc. If you want to use Matlab as a calculator, then no need. But if you want to go in depth in Matlab, then you have to know matrix algebra. Then the best friends, clear and the CLC, I will talk about. I will talk about the formula in Matlab you can write in command window and the script. And then assignment of variables, the vector matrix and the element by element operations. Let's start with our best friend, which is clear and the CLC. If you write clear, it just clears all the variables that is assigned before, because that's important if you want to write a new variable. And then clear, it clears all the variables. And then CLC, it cleans all the screen. Let me show you one more example here. Say that I have variable a is 4, b is 5, and the c is a plus b. So you can see that Matlab stores all the variables here on the right hand side. But if I want to find that d is 4 times c, you can see it calculates. For a new code, what you need sometimes is that you want to clear whatever is there before you. So because sometimes it may cause a mistake and you did not know that you have assigned it before. So that's the reason that we use clear to clear all the variables, and then CLC to clean all the screen. And then to write a command, you can use the command window. You can see it says here it's a command window, or you can use the script. If you write in the command window, it will be like a calculator. So a is 3, like b is 4, c is a times b, d is a plus b plus c. So this way you can use the command window as a calculator. You can even do matrix operations. A is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can see it's a matrix with the first row separated by a semicolon to the second row. So you can assign a B matrix, say that again 4. And then we have to be careful with the matrix size, so that when you multiply two matrices, it's always good. It's always right. So let's see if we can multiply it. You see, it gives an error because the size of the matrix A and the matrix B, you cannot multiply it. Let's look for it. The size of A, this is 2 by 3 matrix, and the size of B, and a 2 by 3 matrix. So you cannot multiply 2 by 3 with the 2 by 3. So that's the reason that you should have a little bit of understanding of matrix algebra to calculate it. But if I go with that C is A transpose times B, you see it calculates. So that is the command window you can use as a calculator. But if I go to script window, for the script window you can do this stuff more automatically. So you write your code here. As always, you start with clear CLC, and then A is 4, B is 5, C is A plus B. And also when you put semicolon, it suppresses the code. It doesn't show on the screen. And when you run it, let me first save it. It will ask you to save it. So let's save it as the Matlab basics. So when you run it, so you can see it appears on the screen as well as it stores in the variable workspace. So, but if you put semicolon here, it will not appear on the screen, but it will store it here. So that is how script works. The command window is like an Excel. You see what you are doing, but in the script, you don't see what you are doing till you run it. When you run, you can see if it is true or not. And for the assignment of the variables in Matlab, so you need to assign the left hand side as a variable. Say that x is 4. Yes, this is correct. Matlab understands this one as x is 4. But if you try that 2 times x is 10, so you know that x is 5 here, but if you run it, it gives an error. Because for the Matlab, for the left hand side, you should always have a single variable. That is, you see that? It means, did you mean x is 10 or whatever? so it doesn't understand. Or 2 times a is, let's say, 10, so it doesn't understand. But if you say a is 5, it gets it. So that when you assign the variables, you assign the left hand side with a variable, but it should be a single variable without a operation. Then the vector and the matrix. In Matlab, you can where you generally work with vector and the matrix, because that's the main aim of Matlab. But you can use it for other purposes, but the matrix and the vector, it's the best one. So let me go back to our previous one. To write a vector in Matlab, what you do is that, say that I have a velocity of the car, yes. It has in 3 axes. In x direction, the velocity of car is 15 mph, in y direction 20 mph, and in z direction 25 mph. If I run it, that is the velocity vector. And also, I forgot to tell, the right hand side, you cannot add any variable. So you cannot say that 15 meters or 15 mph, whatever. It should be just a number and the operations. This is a vector quantity. So for this vector quantity, velocity of the car, if I'm interested in the first component, it brings me the first component. If I'm interested in the second component or the third component, you see, it recognizes this one as a vector, and it can bring me the first, second, and the third component. Again, at the semicolon, and then you are done. And then one more thing is that for the matrix, if I have the A matrix, 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6, and then 7, 8, 9. If I run it, the first row separated by a semicolon, second row separated by semicolon, and the third row. And then you can check as the size of this A, it is 3 by 3 matrix, or you can look for who is A, and it shows here as well. The name is A, size is 3 by 3 matrix, how many bytes, what class, is it double or single precision, etc. And then here for the matrix A, you can add one more matrix, say that matrix B, it will be that 2, 4, 2, 5, 4, 7, then it will be 8, 9. This is the B matrix, and size of B is, sorry, you can also put it here, say that size A, and then you can put it here that size B. Okay, you can see that it runs first the A matrix and then shows the size, then B matrix, and it shows the size. Okay, let me just one more time, you see. So if I multiply A with B, so say that say is A times B, it will multiply it, because this one is 3 by 3 and this one is 3 by 2. And if I add a comment here, say that size of A is 3 by 2, sorry, 3 by 3, and the size of B is 3 by 2. And then comment, you just use this percent sign. So Matlab does not understand this one as a code, so it will just skip over it. So that's the how you write your own notes on the code, so that you can see later and then check it, you know. So that size of A is 3 by 3 and size of B is 3 by 2. So if I go with the C will be that 3 by 3 multiplied with 3 by 2. So you can see, so the middle ones, they are the same, therefore it will work, so it will not give an error. So this is, you can even go with the inverse of A, and you can even go with the A minus B, and then okay, so I mean the sizes don't match, that's the reason that you cannot calculate A minus B, but you can go with the determinant of A. Okay. That's how it works. So that is the, okay, one more thing here is that we have the element by element operations. So let me show that one as well here. Let me just clear this one as well and clear this part. Okay, we have the velocity of the car and we are trying to take the square of this velocity. Okay, say that we are interested in the kinetic energy, and the kinetic energy is mv squared by 2, and I will just take the velocity car squared by 2. Kinetic energy per mass, let's say per mass. So if you take it, you see it gives an error because you are trying to take the square of the velocity of the car. So this velocity of the car is a vector quantity, and the vector quantities you cannot take the square of it. What you can do is that you add a dot here before the operation. So what it will do is that it takes element by element square. So what it will do, it will take the 15 squared by 2, and then it will take 20 squared. Let me just erase this two part, and then it will take 25 squared. So it will be that element by element. Okay. So let me just run it now. Then you see that it calculates the kinetic energy per mass. So this one also you will use sometimes the element by element multiplication. So that's the small, introduction to Matlab. But if you are interested in, you can check Google for the different Matlab functions, and there are lots of Matlab functions in statistics, and then you can take the average, standard deviation, etc., and then you can look for the matrix operations, the vector operations, and then so you can check multiple of things here in Matlab. But this is just a small introduction that how you can work in Matlab. Thank you.